Hello and welcome to a very special bonus episode of Fresh Faced Comics, the comic book podcast, where a lifelong comic book reader guides his friend through the world of comics for the first time. I'm fucking this up. Today, we actually are not the lifelong reader. I am usually the newbie. But on this bonus episode, we are going back to Invincible with issues 14 through 24. My name is Jacob Licklider. With me is Joey Morgan.
You almost had it, but you introduced the book before your co-host and your
guest.
And
I
that's all right. That's all right.
See on my face
where the words were. You're doing great.
You are doing great, yeah.
And now you introduce the guest.
Oh yeah, I forgot to do this. Shit. I didn't do this terribly last time we did this, but that was 3.5 years ago. Special guest English Giraffe, aka Joe.
Hello, I'm English Giraffe here. I don't have a long neck, but I'm very English.
That is true.
That is very true.
So happy to have you back on the podcast, Joe.
Yes, we're on a regular episode as well. So many guests.
Yeah.
Most deaf. But yeah, no, Jacob's right. We're talking about Invincible today. We're getting into the second hardcover / library edition, as they were called. This is issues 14 through 24 plus 0 plus I think what was Free Comic Book Day apparently, but it's called like Origins in the compendium, right?
It was also but it was also included in issue 25 as well. Like
that's so interesting.
Huh.
Look, Image Comics, because they're independent,
they can do whatever they want.
They can do what they want, which is great for them. Like I can't not praise independence, but it does mean weird numbering.
Yeah. But okay. So first, you can go ahead. Sorry, I'm running away with that.
Yeah, you're running with it. Yeah, So Joey, as the new reader, what is Invincible Volume 2 about?
This is truly why I am the host that introduces things. Bad
at this. Why did we let me?
Invincible, because you wanted to. Invincible Volume 2 is about not much. It's about not much. After the events. Now this is also, you didn't announce this, our non-spoiler section, as we always open our episodes with. But Volume 2 is about the aftermath of the events of Volume 1, and it's about I guess we could also spoil Volume 1. If you don't know what happens in Volume 1, you don't know what Invincible's about.
You know what happens in Volume 1 or Season 1 of the show.
Yeah, so Omni-Man has fucked off. He's left Earth, and Mark and his mother are left to pick up the pieces afterwards. It is a volume about Mark continuing to grow and learn more. We see like the end of his high school life in this, and we see him adjust to college life. And that is truly it. That's it. Bear in mind this book is 13 issues altogether. 13. Yeah.
That's including one issue that's literally just a recap. Like, I feel like I owe you a formal apology. I wanted to double book this because, like,
well, here's the thing: is like, I feel a somewhat similar way about this volume that I do to Volume 1. I'm only going to sound more negative this time because I was willing to give Volume 1 a lot more leeway because I understood, there were some teething troubles of the early run of Invincible. I understood it kind of had to find its feet. But Volume 2, and certainly 14 issues into a comic book, I feel like we should already be a bit further along than we are. I think having the added character drama of what happened with Mark's father in the previous volume really does help this to elevate the general character drama that Kirkman writes throughout it. But in general, we're not doing much more than that, and it does hurt the book. And I do.
I think part of the problem is the fact that there's a more interesting story going on in the background with a certain female character who, like, at some point she got her own book. I've not read it.
Oh, did you really? I did not know. Is this included in any of the compendiums? Or
no, it's not. It's a whole separate compendium that they only just released, I think. Like,
but there was enough of it to get a compendium, though?
Oh, yes.
Okay, interesting.
There's a lot.
Interesting. Now, I was also curious, Joe, as like I guess probably the most experienced Invincible reader here, or at least I think probably the one with the most affinity towards this run.
Yeah.
Keep in mind, of course, we're still in the non-spoiler section, although in my fair opinion, I don't think there's much to spoil about this volume. Where do you think this sort of sits in the larger development of Invincible as a series? The selection of issues we're covering today.
Okay, there is one issue in particular that does somewhat carry on, but for the rest of it, like it kind of feels like Kirkman is playing to like 60s and 70s Marvel. I'm thinking back to Amazing Spider-Man, like Ditko, like where it's just every issue is standalone. The problem is that with the previous volume, it was like had this massive story arc, and you've still got that story arc in the back of everyone's heads, but it still feels like Kirkman's playing to like an episodic structure more than serialized, and I think that does somewhat hurt issues 14 to 24 quite a bit.
I agree. I do think that like that also may have been part of my thing is like there is towards the back half of these issues that we're covering today, there is a sort of background plot sort of building that kind of culminates in the last issue we're covering today. It's not the strongest thing in the world. But for the most part, these are like individual, very episodic stories that Kirkman is telling in this run, and I feel like it could definitely stand to be a bit more serialized, tell a more singular story month to month. And for some reason Kirkman doesn't take the opportunity to do that. Now, of course, there is something to also be said for telling individual stories, something that like some modern comics are leaning a bit more towards. I think to like Matt Fraction's Batman right now is very much while still telling a continuous story in the background, still has like a story per issue that could like stand on its own. And I think Fraction kind of strikes the right balance in doing such a thing. Invincible, not so much, and I'm sure it does get better at some point. I just know, unfortunately, I'm going to sound pretty negative throughout this because of that. But with that said, shall we hop into some Blue Sky questions?
Yes. Oh, thank you. You had them pulled up because my brain just went. Oh,
see, this is why I'm the guy that introduces these things. Okay. Starting off with the bit as always. Our friend Kian at Kian the Quark submits a superhero ? With a picture of the carcass from Doctor Who's The Mind Robber.
Here's the thing. The bit is just recycled at this point. 99% of it. Like,
yeah. I do really like Jamie's submission. Jamie-Season 7 submits Invincible ? With the title card from the Always Sunny in Philadelphia episode of The Gang Gets Invincible. I do appreciate that one. Let's see, and that's it for the bit. Actually, we have a pretty small bit, pretty small amount of submissions altogether. That's all right. It's a bonus episode, no big deal. Jamie does also submit a picture from the Invincible show. It looks like Omni-Man, and the image says, "Are you sure?" I'm not quite sure what that's referring to.
I know, yeah.
Here's the terrible problem, because we talk about this in extras. I'm really bad at watching television.
Oh, okay.
I have still only seen the first season of the show. I know people praise it, and the first season was really good. It compressed about 25 issues of comics into 8 episodes by like rearranging stuff.
Now, to be fair, with a series like this, like I think you can do that. Even keeping in mind the negative, I get the somewhat negative connotation the early days of this run have. I feel like you can still condense the amount that Kirkman packs into your standard issue of Invincible. You can still condense that down to a number of slightly shorter episodes. That's okay. It's a thing that can happen. But let's see. On to the rest of the questions. Let's see. Wait, is this really all I have questions? 2 of the same question? This is crazy. Both Kian and Jamie, I think unrelated to each other, submitted the exact same thing that says, if he's called Invincible, why can I still see him?
Again, and this was a bit. Both of them have recycled from 3 years ago.
Was that really? Wait, I thought the Invincible bonus episode was only 2 years ago. Am I wrong about that?
It could be 2 years. Look, time is a soup, and I am. Listen. time stopped in 2020, and I've never really recovered.
That's true. That is absolutely true. Although we started this podcast after 2020, so I'm not sure. I'm not sure what you're going for with that.
I'm going for my sense of time has been fucked up for 6 years.
Or are you saying this podcast does not exist and nobody's listening to it right now?
Well, no, nobody's listening to it right now because we're recording it. That's how these things work.
We're listening. We're listening to each other. Therefore, there are at least 3 listeners right now.
But we're also wait. This is going to go down a really dumb route of philosophy that you.
But no, I guess that does it for our questions, and that's all right. No big deal. That's cool. We're not going to do correspondence on this because it is a bonus episode, not a regular episode. So we'll do correspondence on our next episode, which I'm not going to have this out between Earth, but before Earth 2. I think I'm going to put this out between Earth 2 and the episode following. So
I was gonna say because you've been busy editing stuff recently. You need
so much. I am in the middle of editing a big Star Trek block right now. I'm almost done editing all of season 4 of TNG right now. So
man, you need a break. You need.
Hey. Here's the thing. Editing a season of Star Trek reviews takes about 2 months. I've been doing it for about a month. I'm getting there. And once that's done, I get like a very cool like 4 or 5 month break off of editing Star Trek reviews, and it's very cool. I really appreciate that time. So, all right. But with that said, yeah, we'll do correspondence on our next episode, our next main episode, that is. Otherwise, if you're not sticking around for spoilers, we will be going into spoilers next after this. Check out our Patreon, patreon.com/Blood Studios. You can get so many cool things over there, like early Star Trek reviews, exclusive Star Trek commentaries, Fresh Face Extras, which do now officially come out a day early. They come out on the Sunday before a regular episode of Fresh Face Comics come out. So if you just can't wait for that Fresh Face Comics goodness, you can get even more of it over on Patreon. There's also our bad movie commentaries we do every month. For March, we did Godzilla 1998. For April, we were doing, I always forget the name of it. Is it called Never Say Never Again?
Yes, Never Say Never Again. It's a bad title. It's a bad title. I haven't seen it.
Yeah.
It is also the only Sean Connery Bond film I've never seen, so I'll be watching that for the first time for that commentary. Otherwise, there's also general support tier over on Patreon. It's only $1 a month. You get your name down below on every video we put out. People see your name down there. They'll see you're a cool person, and they will want to be a cool person too, and they will join the Patreon as well. And there's also for the $1 tier, it is usually just a general support tier, but for our April Fool's Day video, we did put out a commentary track for me and my brother watching Galaxy Quest for the first time. You can go experience that over on Patreon for only $1 a month. Very simple. All right. I think that about does it. Consider this your official spoiler warning. We're going to hop into spoilers for Invincible Volume 2, kicking off today with Invincible number 14. So, fighting some aliens.
Yeah.
These are the aliens from the first volume that have their own alternate dimension.
Were they in the first volume? I don't remember.
Yeah.
I apologize.
Yeah, they were. Yeah.
Thank you
they
for
were.
that.
But they keep evolving because, well,
interesting.
Here's the thing. Robert Kirkman likes Star Trek.
That's cool. It's cool.
Star
Trek
is
very evident that you Star Trek.
I like Star Trek as well. You know who else likes Star Trek? Chris Claremont. And we keep covering things where comic writers keep throwing Star Trek homages into their work, and that's all right. But yeah, we're fighting some aliens. It's a good little like action-packed opening to the volume. Sort of like it helps for someone like me that took a very long time between reading the volumes 1 and 2.
I'm determined to make these bonus episodes at least annual. Like
interesting.
Yeah.
I would like to actually keep having my shit together. I've been trying.
See, you say that, and I don't trust you, Jacob.
You really shouldn't. You shouldn't. I'm bad at this. However, I've been doing okay this year on things that I said I'd get done.
So far,
I'm gonna test to this.
I'm gonna announce the next bonus episode at the end of this episode, whether you like it or not.
No.
But yeah, we do our little alien fighty thing. We leave this planet, and Mark goes home, and we meet. Oh no, I'm gonna
the immortal.
Thank you. I'm gonna keep forgetting names.
Who is Abraham Lincoln?
That's
revealed later.
Speaking of Star Trek Yeah, I'm gonna keep. This is the thing. I'm gonna keep forgetting names because so many of the characters in this book just go in through one side of my head and out the other.
It does not help that nobody is given an arc except Eve, and her arc is so painfully in the background.
Yeah,
yeah.
But Mark Cecil has then infiltrated Mark's home. He's just kind of standing there. He's standing in Mark's room, and we're getting info on Cecil basically giving himself permission to call on Mark to do shit for him whenever he wants.
Basically, you get to work for. You're the government's bitch now.
Another Star Trek reference. He does the Vino thing.
It is quite literally I want to recap. I want to. So what happens is like issues like 11 through 13 happen, and people really start picking up Invincible.
Mm-hmm.
But this is 2000. This is like 2004.
So okay, you're implying they picked it up because of issues 11 through 13, correct?
Yeah. Well, part of it is 7. 7 happens. It starts to snowball. 11 through 13.
That's
really
so
starts. To
I just can't. Oh man, I can't fathom desperately wanting to pick up this book this early on. I truly can't. And like, I don't know, man. I mean, I guess if it does get really, really good eventually, I'm glad it picked up. Give it's the first season of television thing. Give shit time to breathe and find its feet. But man, 2 straight years. Two straight years of releasing comics is a long time to find your feet.
Well, and here's the thing: this is the early 2000s. Like, this is what 2004, 2005, I think.
2004, yeah.
Yeah, 2004. Trades are a thing.
Yeah.
Trades are cool.
But they aren't nearly as quick as they are today. Like, it's a good...
Yeah, that's fair. Yeah. I mean, hell, even by like the early 2010s, trades were still taking a long time to come out. I know because I lived that time period. It sucked. But no, I mean, like it's it's. But also, Image was doing really short trades, weren't they? Like these.
Well, everyone was doing really short trades. It's the early 2000s. This is where you get like a volume 1 would be 4 issues. Which
I mean, hell, this is something that Marvel's still pretty bad at. Actually, Marvel still only does 5-issue trades. It's crazy.
Marvel. We don't need to talk about Marvel and their problem with publishing books that.
And yeah, like for Marvel, it's good because they led the charge on like getting trades out fast after a story arc is finished. But they did it at the cost of keeping shit in print and also once again, you're barely getting any issues in a single trade from Marvel still. So whatever. But we then get our first sort of insight into Mark's mother's life after her husband has left her.
So
we see.
I think this is also another thing where Kirkman really he's almost brilliant.
I do. Here's the thing. I did really like this storyline. I really enjoyed the way that we carried her. Oh God, what's the mom's name again?
Debbie.
Thank you. So Debbie. I really did like her story throughout this. I find it develops pretty naturally. It actually is a nice consistent element throughout each issue. I don't know. I enjoy this. We see her sort of just kind of struggling through this. With another
in future issues, she's going to pick up alcoholism.
I mean, the implication is that she kind of already has. Like,
but because there was like a moment near the end of the issue where, when first reading, I actually kind of hated it, but then on a recent reread, I thought like, oh no, this is actually pretty good. Like it's still like I don't know if it's still like near the top of what like Kirkman's dialogue, like how good it can be, but like I enjoyed like the end of the issue writing a lot more this time around than I did the my first read through.
Yeah. Well, like especially the way Kirkman immediately follows up on the ending of this first issue here. We'll get into that shortly.
That's the thing. I'll also say I think some of it is. I think honestly, Invincible's biggest problem in its early days is that Robert Kirkman wants the story to be explicitly Mark's story and only Mark's story.
Yeah,
we don't get a whole lot of people who aren't Mark Grayson.
Mm-hmm. And the kind of world that Kirkman is setting up is an ensemble cast, and he's not letting it live like an ensemble cast. Now
some of that I think is he's making other Image characters. So if you're reading Image books at the time, like you would know some of these people.
Oh, really? I had no clue. Damn.
But not all of them. Not a lot of people who are going to become like important to the book. Those are all original characters, which is it's the weird thing of Image, where Image is kind of a universe, but kind of not. Like, it's independent. Which, again, cannot stress enough. Image is having independent comics is independent storytelling.
It's
great.
A good thing.
Independent publishing
is great. Yeah, absolutely.
It means we're going to get stories that the big corporations aren't going to be willing to take a risk on.
The problem is that I was going to say the problem is that they're so off to the wayside that you kind of forget they're meant to coexist. Like, even after I cannot imagine Spawn existing in the worlds of Invincible at all.
No, you can't.
God no, crazy. But we then get a look into Mark's school life, what it's like right now. First of all, so we get the cover story. We develop a bit more on the cover story of Mark's dad having died in a car crash, and everyone knows about Omni-Man having disappeared. We get to see some of Mark's more interpersonal relationships with his friends, like William and Amber, of course. We pick up with
Amber. Totally fleshed out character. Yep. Mm-hmm.
You know what? Wonderful. You know what? Okay, I'm not gonna lie. I didn't hate Amber in this volume.
I
truly didn't hate her. I thought she was fine.
See, I have the problem of knowing what happens to her, and it's
don't say that. Don't say that.
Say
Just don't say. Don't even allude to it, please. Because I actually did like her in this volume. She wasn't terrible. It does take her a bit to get going, because I like that she actually has her own agency as this volume develops. But for now, again, just reestablishing the status quo.
I do like the emphasis that Mark is going through hell because hey, being a superhero when your dad did some murder and was actually a fascist imperialist conqueror. It might make your school life a little difficult.
Might be, it just might. But we then get to see Mark at his old job, having some lunch with his friends. We get this thing that I think we commented on this thing in volume 1 as well, that Kirkman will do this thing where there's very quick conflict resolution. Conflict will happen for a brief second, and then it will just immediately be resolved. I think Kirkman is afraid of just characters carrying any sort of grudge at all. I get not wanting to fall into the trope of characters hate each other for long periods of time, and we just want to live in a world where characters always get along, but that's not realistic, and it's not interesting character drama. So it's for example, I think this scene here where Mark confronts his old boss is handled really quickly and then is never commented on again going forward at all. So just really
it feels like Kirkman saw the plot thread of he quit his job at a fast food restaurant and was like, well, I need to it's almost the need to resolve that, where I'm like, no, you can just
it doesn't need to have a follow-up. He could just quit his job.
I don't know Robert Kirkman's upbringing, but it's fairly normal for a teenager to have a shitty job that they maybe don't leave on the best of terms. That's
whatever. Weird
people
moment.
do.
We get a small scene with our superhero team here that I'm so
the Guardians of the new Guardians of the Globe.
Thank you so much. And we see Abraham Lincoln Man being put in charge as the new head of it.
It's like a consultant position. It is again, it's this weird thing of I want to cause tension, but not enough tension to make things change. No, it's just he's a consultant. You're on thin ice, robot.
And then we had the issue with the scene of Mark finding his mom drunk, crying on the floor. It's actually it's a kind of a chilling moment. I really there's something really actually human and something that does actually get followed up on in a meaningful way about this moment where she's just drunk and she just says to her son, not even thinking about it, says, "Why did you have to fight him, Mark? Why did you have to drive him away?" And that's sort of the last note that leaves that first issue. First of all, it's a harsh moment. It's a very harsh moment, but something that does actually get resolved later and like continues to evolve. And like, I don't know, the characters act like characters. It's cool.
There's tension. There's internal continuity. We don't introduce a conflict and then immediately resolve the thing. Like, we have to let it sit. And it does it because it's someone who is literally family to Mark. Because again, this is the Mark Grayson book.
And nobody else's.
Nobody else's.
Yeah. We then go to issue number 15. What an issue.
AKA wouldn't it be funny if Mark had to fuck a fish? Wouldn't that be funny? Like,
humorous.
That is. And I think this is a plot they adapted into the show in like season 2.
They put this in the show?
They put this in the show, I think.
What? I still haven't watched any of the show, mind. Since doing the first episode, I haven't watched the show yet.
This is one of the only remnants from issues 14 to 24 that is actually in season 2 instead of 1.
That's insane.
Yeah.
It's this and like arguably like I believe just obviously the fallout because for Debbie, but they changed Debbie to make her a bit more proactive and bit of a kind of a lot of a stronger character.
Yeah, that's fair. I can see ways to make Debbie a more stronger to make Debbie a stronger character, but I just
especially early on where like she doesn't know.
Yeah, before she knows. Oh, yeah, that's fair. I can see expanding on that.
Part of the problem is before that. Let's be honest, she's kind of just through a lot of Volume 1. He's just kind of there.
Yeah.
Like,
Issue 15 opens with a robot man talking to the reverse aging girl, and that's awkward. Man, that's awkward. Yeah. That's a weird fucking scene. I didn't need that.
It is a plot line that I love as an idea.
It's a good idea. But also it's a scene of Kirkman writing a little girl wanting to fuck a robot, and it's really fucking weird.
Yeah, and it's only about to get weirder.
It's getting weird, yeah.
We then pick up with Mark and his mother. I like that there's just a moment of them just like talking, like her saying like she didn't actually mean it, but also obviously there are like still conflicting feelings in her after her husband left. So I like seeing that. But it is also worth noting, Omni-Man doesn't show up in this volume at all. He's not a part of this whatsoever. And that's not necessarily a bad thing. It doesn't need to be a consistent presence. I was under the impression, based on the little I knew about the show before reading the comic, that he was here like all the fucking time. And
why do you think this volume? Why do you think they cut most of this volume? Because it's I am. Here's the thing. I don't think Robert Kirkman is like a writer who has thought out his story all the way through. I think he's very much like going, like shooting as he goes, which for long form storytelling, that works. That's kind of the magic of television. In a lot of ways, that can be the magic of comics. However,
we're writing a comic month to month consistently. Like, there needs to at least be some forward thinking, you know. We do get a scene then with Mark at school. Robert Kirkman under the impression that teens in the early 2000s carry around beepers with them, which is fascinating.
I know that they don't carry around beepers. That's the thing, because this is like,
or
a drug addict?
Or perhaps the interesting point is that Amber knows what a beeper is.
I mean, it's 2004. Cell phones. Wait, no, cell phones are a thing. I had a cell phone.
I was going to say beepers were already pretty irrelevant at that point.
Yeah. Wait, how old are you, Kirkman? Hang on.
I was going to say.
Are you just writing your high school experience? When were you born?
Mark gets...
that tracks. Kirkman was born in 78. Like, you'd be in high school in the 90s. I'm like, that tracks.
This is also totally a man in his mid-20s writing this. But Mark gets called away by Cecil because these fish people their king is dead and their queen needs a new
So the joke is literally this is such an early 2000s we hate Aquaman joke. Like, it's what this is.
Yeah.
Jeff Johns hasn't done the Jeff Johns thing yet.
Peter David had done the Peter David thing, but
to be fair, that didn't get mainstream. Peter David,
I was going to say that sadly didn't have the cultural impact that it should have.
Yeah. Like, Jeff Johns Aquaman at least got mainstream, and he addressed the making fun of Aquaman shit pretty early on in a meaningful way.
I was also going to say, like, 2004, wouldn't this be around the same time Justice League and Justice League Unlimited was on when they turned Aquaman into the best character?
That's fair. He's I guess because they definitely do the 90s hook hand Aquaman throughout those shows. But again, I'm not sure that was that. I guess that still wasn't really mainstream, was it? Certainly not Aquaman in that show. Maybe a bit more in Unlimited than in the first Justice League show. But we got a classic. Let's make fun of the fish superheroes because their king is dead. The queen needs a new king, and until Cecil can figure it out, Mark has to go and be their king.
And I'm also 90% sure some of this is a Lovecraft reference. Like,
maybe? Is it?
Half of this is a reference to the shadow over Innsmouth in a weird way that Lovecraft would be horrified because it's fair to say H.P. Lovecraft was a man with so many issues. Like,
do tell, Jacob. But we then get to see Debbie with a woman sort of working out her husband's book shit because again, person in real life officially died, quote unquote, and we need to just deal with the real problems of that. This woman that she's talking to, her name is Claire.
She's the wife of a different superhero.
Yeah.
A superhero who, let's be honest, isn't very important.
No,
superhero does not appear in this book.
Yeah. But we're cutting back and forth between that and Mark realizing that in order to be king, he has to go through a ceremony where he has to fuck the fish. And that's
also we do the borderline homophobic ha ha ha.
Yeah.
Mark has to wear a dress. Ha ha ha! Isn't it funny?
And then Mark meets an aide to the fish people that is in love with the queen as well. So Mark is like, well, I could just hook her up with, or I can hook the queen up with this guy, and instead of doing the ritual myself. This plotline sucks. It's really bad.
Plotline's pretty good though. Pretty nice.
The Debbie stuff is good. I think she's really good in this volume. Yeah. I like the whole. She just needs someone to talk about this that isn't already in the know. She needs to just tell this girl Claire about what's going on in her life. Tell her that she was married to Omni-Man and that all this shit went down, and it's really fucking tough. Just I don't know. I really like that. I really, really like that aspect of it. Mark hooks up the queen with the bodyguard guy. Mark goes back to his mom and learns that she told Claire about all of their secrets. And then we get another really, really bad scene right at the end of the issue.
Do tell. Mind you, in the show, William is played by Andrew Rannells.
That's Andrew Rannells, yes, he a king.
Broadway royalty.
Love Andrew Rannells. Man who famously got a boner in the middle of a performance on stage. So William is with Adam Eve. They're laying down, talking about things and being a couple, and
because that is again wild fucking plotline.
So Adam Eve is like, well, I'm Adam Eve. I thought you already knew. He's like, oh, I didn't know that. I'm fucking William. I'm a big dumbass. And he's like, well, you can fly then, right? She's like, yeah, of course I can fly. Why are you looking at me like that? And we get this really fucking terrible zinger last panel where she's carrying him and flying in the sky. And she's like, this is so gay. I'm like,
this is a running gag.
What are we doing here?
It's a gag that's happening.
It is a running gag, yeah.
Whatever.
I'll say it. Show cowards for not including this. Like,
Good. I wouldn't include it.
And then
I was going to say it doesn't do the whole "this is so gay" thing, but it does do a running gag with another character in between these issues. I'll slightly say it's just like a big guy that Invincible is carrying, and he always says in every season, like whenever Invincible is carrying, he just says this is some bullshit, and I find that a far better gag than the gag here.
That funny. And here's the thing: I don't hate the joke of William being like an Adam Eve like fangirl kinda, and then finding out that he's dating Adam Eve. You know, that could be a fun little plot line, but it's turned into this weird kind of emasculating fucking moment that like just I don't know
it is early 2000s homophobia with a character who is going to be revealed as gay. Like
whatever. Issue 16.
Because in between there is a tiny little summer special.
You told me it was not part of Volume 2 officially.
It is. Yeah, it is filler. Issue 16. Yeah. I forget that they started introducing the multiverse plot lines this early.
This is a thing that gets bigger. Okay, interesting.
It is a thing that gets bigger and more interesting when the book actually starts to like pull its shit together.
Yeah, I was gonna say like all the others, the other issues, they've been more episodic. This is the kind of only like issue that is actually like putting that like, all right, we're gonna make something serialized out of what's coming from this issue.
Yeah, they do it in a weird way though, where it's dedicated to this issue introducing the idea, and then most of the issues after this, leading up to 24, have like one little scene at the end of each issue, kind of that continues this plotline in a very small way.
Yeah,
it's a weird way of doing it.
Because Angstrom Levy is going to be a very important character. Like, he's fascinating. Mm-hmm. I may or may not have forgotten on my initial read where he shows up, like because I read Volume 1 and 2 really quickly.
Mm-hmm.
I had to wait, I think, slightly for Volume because I was getting them just at the library. Like, the show had just come out, so there was a long wait list, because the show is a thing.
Yeah,
I blacked a lot of this volume from my mind for
good reason. Good reason. So we get Angstrom Levy, who is a multiversal traveler, and he's in a multiverse where he's in a universe where Mark has become a dictator or something. He's evil.
But Mark was like, actually, Dad, I will join you, and we will conquer Earth. It would be fascinating. Like, there's the potential there. Like, because Mark actively made a choice to fight his dad, and he might not have. And asshole evil Mark is fun. Like,
by the way, getting to see Omni-Man again in this issue, albeit in a different universe, reminds me. Apparently, there was some kind of controversy recently about the colors of his costume.
Oh yes.
Yeah. So I guess they're right, but also there are very clearly multiple issues before this where his suit is white. Like I don't know. Yeah. I truly don't know what the fuck this guy is talking about.
You see. Here's the thing. So there's this literary criticism called the death of the author. And people like to misuse the term a fuck ton. This is going to become a rant. Let me do this. The death of the author doesn't mean we ignore the author. It means that once the author puts out a work, the author is essential. It is no longer theirs, and it's an important thing of just because the author intended something one way doesn't mean it's read one way, because like Omni-Man's colors of this blue, I say with the biggest air quotes, because it's very white, and red. In color theory, it inverts to Mark's costume, specifically costume he's gonna get later. That is these gorgeous dark blues. I'm a sucker for when we give superheroes like dark blue and black costumes. There's a reason I love like 90s onward Nightwing designs.
Also, I only realized this very volume that Mark's costume was a big eye. Never realized that before. Truly just realized that this volume. Was not thinking about it at all. Never occurred to me.
Hey, Joey, this is why I'm part of the podcast, so I can bring some sort of textual analysis to this thing.
No. What, me realizing that his costume is a letter I is textual analysis? It's just a design. It's just a design I didn't pick up on.
No. People that genuinely slips under their radar for some reason, even though it's like.
I mean, it's not something that's gonna. Here's the thing: it just kind of looks like a generic superhero costume. It's just a primary color and a secondary color, and that's all. It doesn't really look like anything, really.
I think it helps if you see the Image Comics logo.
Like, yeah, I was gonna say it looks more like a little Image Comics reference rather than a reference to the superhero's name. You know?
Yeah. But like. It is the Image Comics logo is an I.
Yeah, and it's a lowercase I specifically. Yeah, like it's
in that font. That font.
So truly, I never realized it. So
it helps. It took me way too long to realize that it was meant to be an I as well.
Yeah, right. Like I don't know how that would immediately register with anyone. it just kind of looks like a really generic superhero costume. But whatever. Okay. So back to this. We're following this multiverse. There's another Angstrom that comes in and rescues Angstrom from the bad universe, and essentially all we do throughout the rest of the issue then is oh no, sorry, that plotline drops. I thought that was the whole issue. I supplanted this a whole issue in my mind, where I guess apparently I thought that this was the entire issue. It's not. It stops. It stops.
Well, because the actual Prime Universe stuff is nothing. It's padding.
Yeah, like we literally just had an alien issue, like the 2 issues back. So we're doing these
it doesn't really do anything.
I guess it's supposed to show a little bit of Rex being a dick because Rex is a dick.
We do. I mean, the importance of the alien invasion thing is that the school gets destroyed, and therefore school is canceled for the bulk of the rest of the school year. And
because it's the early 2000s and online schooling hasn't been invented yet.
Yeah. And then we see Invincible and Adam Eve after a small scene with Cecil and the Guardians of the Globe. We get to see some of our heroes cleaning up the mess from the destruction of the city / school. And then we find someone there to help them. Who is this guy?
Titan.
This is Titan. Okay. I'll be sure to remember him.
Yeah, I realize you introduce Kirkman. I'm like, you introduce a fuck ton of characters in this that are going to become varying levels of importance later. But you don't do enough with them, to make them leave that lasting of an impression.
Yeah.
Yeah, because he did appear in the 2nd issue of Invincible.
Oh, did he? God, I don't remember these things at all. Yeah. What? Oh,
he was a villain.
What?
He was a villain.
That's crazy, brother. Oh my god. Okay, so we end the issue on the revelation that the Angstroms have been gathering other Angstroms from other universes, and they're gonna do something together. Issue 17. Big time jump here, it seems.
Yeah.
Because we get Mark and Amber.
It's been a couple of weeks. It's been multiple weeks.
Because here's the thing: if Kirkman's gonna do the thing where they cancel most of the school year, then maybe we should have seen some more time with them not having to go to school at all. Surely we could do more superhero antics in there. I mean, I guess if they're all going to be previous issues of the run, I guess I wouldn't really want to sit through all of that. So maybe the time jump's a good thing.
Maybe Kirkman could understand how to pace a story.
Yeah, it's rough. It's rough. But yeah, we pick up with Mark and Amber being kind of cute together. They eventually go back to Mark's home. We get this interesting little moment where Mark looks inside and is like, "Oh shit, my mom's passed out on the couch. She's drunk again. I'm gonna let's go around the back." It's
sometimes you get really brilliant character moments, just flashes of this really hits. This is what it would be like to be teenager, kind of embarrassed by your mom developing alcoholism in response to utter trauma that was all that.
But yeah, we had a cute little moment with them like kissing outside of the house and saying goodnight to each other. It's nice. I don't know. It's a nice little moment. I don't hate it. We get a little thing where the Angstroms break out.
Mahler twins.
Thank you so much.
Who are twins and clones.
I do remember them from the first volume. I do actually remember them because I remember.
Because they're hard to forget. They're some of the best characters in this book.
I remember you telling me that they're going to be important later on, and I was like, okay, sure. So, but now here's the other thing: the Mahler twins basically also have just the Invincible costume. It's just the same thing. It's basically an eye again. You could understand how I didn't see it was an eye when every character looks like this.
You've only just brought that to me. I never even realized that.
Yeah, it's just the eye. Their heads are the dots on the top of the eye, and they have the little bar in the middle. It's just the same costume. God. So they break the Mahler twins out of prison to help them with whatever the Angstroms' experiments are. We get another school scene where I don't know, William. I don't know what Kirkman's trying to do with William here in the early comic. I don't know what his purpose is here. I do kind of like what he's doing with him in the college stuff by the end of the volume, but only because it's nice to have somebody else in Mark's life that knows all of his secrets, that isn't like direct family or other superheroes. So that's kind of nice to have. But we get Mark at home. We see
basically really good depiction of the anxiety of having to go off to college.
That in addition to Mark actually confronting his mother about her alcoholism and this sort of like very realistic like push back against him of just being like, it was one drink. It's like, no, it wasn't fucking one drink. What are you talking about, Mom?
Also the point that like she's also like, I'm the parent. Like
yeah, exactly. Yeah, there's I don't know, there's some actually realistic drama here between Mark and his mom, and I like seeing it. Good stuff. Time for some action then, because Mark and some other heroes take on some bad guys and they send them up to space.
Mainly it's because we need to get Mark late for graduation.
Yeah, which I mean, sure, fine enough. And so Mark is late to graduation. You know what? Actually, I love where this gag goes. I love him tossing up the graduation cap into the atmosphere, and that coming back in the stupidest scene later on.
If this is a Mark throws something up in the air too strong, and
dude, it actually took me so long to realize when that scene later on came up. I was like, what is that? What hit him?
It's also because they're prophesying about the trash from Burger Mart that is like months old.
Yeah,
from the sky.
Yeah, so like it's that gag, but also truly once I realized it, I did actually laugh out loud because it is genuinely funny. Issue 18. So
Mark, this is where we act again. This is where we kind of get a multi-part story, almost, at least a little bit, and then it gets dropped again because it won't become important until much later.
Yeah.
18th verse, same as the first 17 verses.
Yeah, yes. Yeah. Man, what a long song.
It just feels like it's the Angstrom Levy that it's the only thing that it feels like King Kirkman's actually giving a shit about, like trying to make a multi-part story arc about.
But the problem is he doesn't seem to know when he should get Angstrom to actually meet Mark.
Yeah,
because it's happening in parallel. Mark knows nothing.
Yeah. So we get a scene where this is a funny scene where Amber confronts Mark's friends about what she thinks is going wrong with him, because he keeps dodging her, he keeps running away, he has this stupid little beeper thing, and she's like, I think he's dealing drugs, I think that's what's happening, and of course they laugh at her, but like, I don't know, I kind of wish, I mean, again, I do actually like what they end up doing with Amber in this volume, but I do kind of wish that she was treated with like a little bit more, I don't know, respect in this aspect, to just be like, no, we can tell her, like, surely if Mark can tell all of his closest friends. Does his girlfriend not count as one of his closest friends? Like,
but also, or at the very least, we can just laugh our asses off at it's for the sake of a gag. We could just not laugh our asses off because you wouldn't think your partner is a superhero in the wake of the traumatic death of their father and clearly their mother falling into alcoholism.
Yeah.
You would think something's gone wrong.
Yeah, exactly. Just trying to make ends meet because, dad's dead, dealing drugs actually isn't a terrible conclusion to draw.
And then he literally shows up with a black eye.
Like, like it makes a scary amount of sense. Now
the humor should come from the dramatic irony, not from William and Eve being dicks.
I really, oh man, you know what? Okay, so the rest of this issue is a space mission for Mark. He has to escort some spacemen to another planet, apparently.
Mars. So you got to understand something. I think Robert Kirkman really does like the Martian Manhunter.
I love the Martian Manhunter too. I really do. One of my favorite DC heroes. But man, there's this thing, you know what, on Kirkman being a Star Trek fan, there's this thing that Star Trek Next Generation will do a lot, where there's an episode about a really strong emotional hook, and then there's the Enterprise dealing with some space bullshit in the background, and they kind of treat it in those episodes like the space bullshit happening in the background is supposed to be the main plot, but the emotional hook of the episode is where the strongest stuff comes from. This is that. This is supposed to be the important shit, is the space mission, but it's not. I like the character drama. I like seeing Amber figure these things out slowly, piece by piece, and I don't care about this space mission.
Again, part of the problem is that Mark doesn't have the character drama. Mark is being treated on this mission with funny visual gags about him eating a sandwich in space and yawning, which is funny.
It's the main character of the book acknowledging the book is boring. Why? I don't know. Why can't we give Mark's superhero antics a bit more weight to them? It shouldn't just be his day job. It should contribute to his struggles as a character.
And hey, here's the thing. Kirkman kind of gets this with this plot because the inhabitants of Mars are kind of dealing with a Viltrumite situation. There is a parasitic race of aliens that's taking over all of their bodies, and one member escapes to Earth. However, that member of that society is now just hiding on Earth at the end of this issue, and isn't it doesn't get acknowledged yet by any of the characters. I'm like, you understand literary devices, Kirkman.
Yeah. Yes. We did also bring up this thing last on our last Invincible episode, bonus episode, because I did re-listen to it in prep for this. Because it's Image Comics and because they're independent publishers, Kirkman knows he's not going to get canceled as easily as a Marvel or DC book. So he knows he can fuck around for a lot longer than selling his book at one of the big two, But you got to pick up the pace at least a little bit, man.
Well, here's the thing. I think if we wanted to circle back to a thing that all three of us love, Doctor Who.
Yeah,
he's Chibnall.
Yeah.
He's Chris Chibnall.
Oh God.
Yeah.
Oh no!
He will introduce a really, really interesting. Now he's better than Chris Chibnall in that a lot of the really interesting concepts he introduces in this volume come back and he does something with them.
Yeah,
but it's a tease where it's oh, here is a clear parallel to what our main character is going through, but our main character is not going to interact with that at all.
Yeah.
Hi, Jodie Whittaker's doctor. What are you doing here?
Yeah. So, issue 19, we see one of these aliens living on Earth, being a normal dude.
This is Ross Livingston. He's going to become important later.
Not in this volume. Not in this volume, Jacob.
Also, because again, we get 2 pages of it, and then it drops for the rest of the volume.
Crazy. Why? Why do we do this? Why? What is the point? What are we gaining? What are we learning? Whatever. Anyway, so Eve and William are sharing a living space together. They're not sleeping together apparently. Okay. Mark's mom is
part of it.
Oh, go ahead.
Part of it is also Eve has a bad home life. Like, Eve's parents suck. Like, intentionally. However, like, Eve trying to figure out her shit is just a background plot that, at this point, I hate to say it, should be a main plot. Something where things are actually moving, and we are only seeing flashes of it, because this is Invincible, and not the Adam Eve book.
I mean, fuck, it should be the Adam Eve book.
Probably should be.
Again, I'm sounding much more negative than I probably should be, but this book should pick up by now. This really should. Like, whatever. Anyway.
No, seriously, I forgot how many plot lines get introduced in this volume and just go unresolved.
Insane.
And not in a we're laying groundwork, in a no, we have shot off a bunch of inciting incidents and forgotten to rising action any of them.
I'm gonna hurt Robert Kirkman. All right, so Mark's mom is still an alcoholic. Mark goes to talk to Amber. Amber just tries to have a conversation about his drug dealing, but he doesn't get to hear any of this because he's called away once again by Cecil. Because Titan, is that it? Titan?
Yeah,
Titan has
wants to go straight. He wants to go straight.
So
we're gonna confront the villains he works for.
I love these villain designs. They shouldn't all be introduced on 2 pages. We should give them time to be their own villain. They were in a previous
issue. It's problem
I don't remember this, Jake.
Literally, they were in the last issue for 1 page.
Oh yes, they were. You're right. Yes.
Yeah. No. Okay. It's this problem of didn't develop. You want to do.
They're cool villains. Look at them. They look so cool. I'm sure they all do cool things. Like.
And it's there's someone, not a bit of a gag, but like one of the villains in these 2 pages actually plays a significant role later on. I'm not going to say who, but you wouldn't know it because like.
God.
He's just sort of introduced out of, and he's just introduced into this group of admittedly ragtime campy villains.
Supposed to be the Sinister Six, basically, because this is a lot of this is a tribute to Spider-Man. So much so that Image and Marvel.
You know what could have been cool is if we introduced these villains, they all got 1 dedicated issue each, like the Sinister Six, and then they all did a big team up issue. And we found out they were all working together. That could have been cool. This is the experience of talking about Invincible. It's just me saying oh wow, look at that character, and you guys are all like, oh well, they come back and they're really important 20 issues later. I'm not going to remember who they are by then.
No, you're not. And that's the problem.
Anyway, so we fight these bad guys. Mark gets his ass kicked. The Guardians of the Globe come in and finish the job for him. Mark recuperates with Cecil. Mark goes home. Eve comes in to talk to him about something important. And then we end on a little tease for other villains being found. Oh yeah, sorry, wait, Titan. This is still Titan, right?
Yeah, Titan possibly relapsing.
Yeah.
We should have ended on the Eve scene. That should have been our wham line.
That doesn't get followed up on at all, does it? Not in this volume, at least. Yeah. What is happening? What is happening? What is this book? I'm going crazy. This is.
It is called We Don't Have an Identity. We don't know if we want to be
oh my god,
full teenage superhero antics. Do we want to do larger universe stuff? What are we doing?
And it's god. Issue 20. I like this scene. I like this opening scene. I like I really like Eve.
This is great.
This is a great scene. Eve talking about her shitty home life, how she's not satisfied as Adam Eve, and wants to go out and forge her own identity for herself. Good for this woman, writing herself out of this book. Oh man, good scene. Just a really good scene. She says farewell to Mark. Mark accepts it. Once again, there's not really much conflict there. I mean, there's Mark being like, "Oh, yeah, I wish you wouldn't," but also I respect your decision.
What's interesting is a lot of this issue, because I don't know if it was treated like a landmark. We made it to 20, guys, but it does read like that, where it actually does a lot of human drama.
Interesting. Yeah. I mean, and that is where this book excels. mean, there is a little bit of teasing for the Angstrom stuff.
Yeah, the Angstrom plot. And there's, of course, we get the great continuation of the running gag.
We get the gag
In London.
In London. A guy getting hit by Mark's graduation cap. It's really funny. It is. It's good.
It's just some guy who's trying to be like, no, this is dumb. Like, it's like a bag of trash. Stop worshipping bag of fast food trash. He becomes leader of the cult because the graduation cap hits his head.
It is so funny. It is actually so funny. I really enjoy it. I truly read. I read the full page. I was like, I don't get the point of this scene. I don't understand what happened. And then I read it again and remembered the graduation scene. Here's the thing. I was also reading one of these I was reading through this volume 1 issue a day. So like there are a couple days in between each issue. So by the time I'd gotten here, I'd forgotten a little bit about the graduation issue. But it came back around. It's funny. I do.
Robert Kirkman is really good at brick jokes. Like joke running gag.
This book is like one giant brick joke. It's a giant 144 issue brick joke where we toss a brick into the air. The brick in this case is a very important character apparently, and it coming back around multiple dozens of issues later. God. Anyway, Mark talks to
Art the Tailor. Art the Tailor.
Thank you.
Just imagine Mark Hamill's voice. That's right.
You did tell me Mark Hamill plays him. I forgot about that.
Yes. Here's the thing. At the very least, Art is an established character who has been given some focus in this volume, very briefly.
Yeah, I like seeing him as a sort of backbone for Mark's mother. I like seeing him sort of.
Yeah, well, because he does all the superhero costumes.
Yeah, so of course, he was friends with the family. You know, it's good.
And Kirkman is kind of setting him up to be a father figure for Mark here. I don't think he ever actually pulls the trigger on that because, again, I don't think Kirkman was expecting Omni-Man to come back. Like,
that's insane. That's so clearly the goal of the book. That should be the goal of the book. That's what the book should be about. Like, what are we doing here?
You've got to understand, sometimes authors are dumb.
I'm going insane, Jacob.
I hate the phrase the curtains are just blue because it's intellectually like it's anti.
Sometimes the curtains are just blue. Sometimes.
Yeah.
Here's the thing. I think Robert Kirkman is a man who will blue fucking curtains of this shit, but accidentally, but because he's telling a story and he's telling a good story, accidentally stumbles his way into making deeper meanings happen. Like,
yeah. I suppose. So, we do get a nice scene of Mark and his mom going out to dinner. You get to see just him just being there to support her, just trying to just give her the time of day before he goes off.
Really good at exploring over the course of 2 pages their own anxieties about where they are in their lives and how that's changing.
What anxieties about also coming into a lot of money because of the deal with his father's books. Like it's
money that's kind of blood money. Like
yeah, and you can tell it could be. I don't know if it was intended this way, but it does seem like they're kind of uneasy about that as well. It's never directly stated. And maybe I'm reading into a guy that is not writing that much subtext into his book. Again, the curtains may just be blue, but...
Here's the thing. The curtains are never just blue. Like, there's a reason. That's the point of the literary criticism.
Yeah.
Not, let's give J.K. Rowling money because I can separate the art from the artist.
Yes. That's also not what that means. But we get a scene then of actually a really funny gag. I do like the whole William in the college dorm, Mark moving his stuff in.
When are you going to move? It is a gag that also only works because of the corded phones. If
corded phones, it also really works because of the way that panels always repeat themselves throughout this book, and it can slightly change through each one. It is funny. But
it's also a really funny gag that then builds to a really effective good night. Like Mark doesn't want to talk to his friend because nothing's great, and William does care.
This is where William as a character is able to actually come into his own because he's separated from Eve and is there just more as sort of support for Mark. And for a book that is so solely focused on Mark as a person, I think just having that support system there that isn't just like his mom or his girlfriend, it helps to build up the ensemble cast. even though it's not being treated as an ensemble cast.
And like generally speaking, like this is like the point where I say he starts becoming less of an asshole. Like he was, I forgot how much of a prick he was during the high school era.
Such a dick.
Yeah. Also, is it? God, it's not issue-wise. This is not far off from the amount of issues it takes Peter Parker to become a college student. Which I find
because that's
28 issues. Yeah.
Yeah, that's not far off. That's really interesting. That's probably on purpurpose, honestly. I can see Kirkman being very inspired by early Spider-Man in a lot of this, in more ways than one. For better and for
let's
worse.
be honest, he's less libertarian than Steve Ditko was.
Steve Ditko also wasn't the writer, so
by the end of that run, Steve Ditko was the fucking writer.
But we get Mark's first college class. Okay, I'm gonna guess something here. This guy in the black suit, that yells at the teacher. Is this a guy that's gonna be important in a number of issues?
because converting people into robots, like that's where this issue ends.
Yeah,
and it's him. Like,
yeah, and it doesn't go anywhere in this volume. Oh God! What are we doing?
Once again, the problem here is.
I was actually going to say, so like, if we're talking like stuff that was moved into like season 1, like this like thing, so it was episode 6 of season 1. This whole like robots and experimental stuff. This is like the last thing that kind of happens. Like it happens. The resolution finishes like a lot later than I thought it was going to be. Like what 20 issues? Like, granted, I would say like the context of it. I actually say it actually makes sense for Mark's character. Like the placements where it happens, but like again, like in the show, it happens so early on.
Yeah, like they move some of this stuff up. Like they just
this book is insane. So Mark is walking with Amber then on campus. Attacked by some robots. Mark disappears.
by the Dix robots, and Kirkman is trying to build up to the Mark reveals he's a superhero to Amber.
So he disappears, comes back as Invincible. She walks away, kind of breaking up with him. And then
for kind of good for
again, this is why I don't mind Amber in this volume, because she's totally justified in this. This makes sense.
And William basically tells Mark like, hey, stop being such a dumbass and just fucking tell her. Like, you're being neurotic.
Yeah, it is full of some classic, like, sort of like, dude, I just don't know what's wrong with her, man. She just walked away. I don't know what I did wrong. Like, kind of one of those. But
it is kind of a shame that they give William emotional intelligence and then have him come out as gay, because that is a trope of gay characters are allowed to have emotion. Gay male characters are allowed to have emotional intelligence.
Yeah, it's that horrible thing of just like, straight men so often aren't allowed to be in touch with any sort of femininity within themselves and any sort of like sensitivity at all. It sucks. But yes, a little cliffhanger at the end of the guy with the black hair in the classroom being involved with robots, and that's not
wants to find a live subject because he's just been reanimating corpses all this time.
Issue 21. Batman. This is the Batman issue.
This is the Batman issue, because remember, we thought Batman was the guy that killed the Guardians of the Globe originally. That's why this issue's here.
Yeah. So we open. He seems like a bad guy. This Batman guy. He's not gonna be. And that's the whole twist. We get a little Guardians of the Globe moment with a robot trying to talk to some guys at the Pentagon about the reverse agent girl and how he wants to try to help her do something about her condition.
Basically, to stop it so she doesn't age back further. Because, like, let's be honest, it is there. It's like, that is a horrific thing to be cursed to age backwards every time you use superpowers. Like,
yeah.
And it's treated as horrific.
Yeah.
It shows it does the terrible thing of showing a semi-competent United States government.
Yeah. I wish there was a single issue of this comic, because there are nuggets of really good ideas here always. But I want one of them to just take up a whole single issue just on their own, just focus one issue on one singular plot point, because you can do that when you're only at 20 odd pages per comic. Like, that's fine. That's something you can do. I don't know, whatever.
I mean, there's a reason we've been praising scenes that have been allowed to actually breathe and sit and pack a lot in a couple of pages. Obviously, we're doing a pretty standard. Mark is called out of his daily life to go take care of Black Samson. Also, Black Samson phases into a universe that is basically Eldritch Horror.
That is pretty fun. But then we.
I was going to say it's Darkwing, not Black Samson.
Oh right, Darkwing. There are too many fucking characters in this goddamn book.
I know, crazy, right? We get Mark suiting up, going out to stop Batman, only to find out that he's not actually bad, but they do fight for a little bit. Like you said, they phase into some Eldritch Horror as they're stuck in a black void, which is kind of fun. I enjoy that. We capture Batman, deliver him to Cecil. He is in custody, and
this is where we get the big reveal that Robot's not actually a robot.
Oh yeah,
he's a blob man, and
he's a little blob man inside of the robot. That's it. That's the whole twist.
Yeah. God, I hate this plot line where it goes into some weird fucking places.
Issue 22. Funny ass cover. I can't lie. This is a funny ass cover.
This is a. They had the idea for the cover and made the issue match.
Yeah. It just remind me just like of a slightly modernized version of some of the classic Stan Lee, like what is the way I can sell this issue by cover alone? What kind of blurbs can I put on here to get people to pick it up? And this is it. This is a perfect modernization of that concept. Anyway, so open on some small character drama with Amber. She has some friends, and she goes back to her room. Mark is waiting there for her.
Just Marcus, because Mark wants to be like, oh, by the way, I'm a superhero.
But Mark is immediately called away to do some more.
It's very funny, it's very funny because you're on the third floor and the window was unlocked. How did you get in here? It's like, Amber, you need to start putting 2 and 2 together. You have all the clues.
I like the one where it does. I love those last 3 panels where she yells out Mark's name, looks down, and then looks up and says Mark again.
Finally, she's allowed to have 2 brain cells.
I like it together. It's a good moment. We then get a very, very small glimpse into Adam Eve's life elsewhere.
Before that, we get our evil black-haired scientist. His name is Sinclair, kidnapping the guy that toured Mark and William across the campus.
Yes.
Because we're moving that plot line forward, kind of.
Yeah.
And
Then we get catch up with the Angstroms. They're doing more of their experiments. That's it. Amber goes to talk to one of her friends, describe the whole situation with her boyfriend, or someone that might still be her boyfriend, and trying to figure out what's going on.
I find it interesting that Kirkman has enough situational awareness that he's creating diverse side characters, but also kind of accidentally putting them into stereotypical plots.
Yeah. I don't think it's super egregious in this case.
No, it's my question is if you're aware, why are you doing it? Shading it doesn't saying I know I'm doing something problematic.
It doesn't stop it from being problematic. Yeah. Let's see. Then we get a scene with Art and Debbie. Sorry. I do like this moment where Art implies that Omni-Man did actually love her, I'm actually curious as a first time reader. I'm not sure. I'm inclined to believe Omni-Man because his whole I was only here to have a child, But also there's a convincing argument here where there are actual feelings deep down. I have a feeling I'll get the answer to that, and I'm curious about what the answer is.
Here's the thing. It will be wild because when Omni-Man comes back into the book, and we have to reckon with that.
Please, for the love of God, tell me it's next volume. Just tell me now. Is it next volume?
I did do a little bit of head, and I'm 90% sure it's
at least a little bit.
So you know what? Fuck it. I'm not going to spoil how it happens, but the next volume starts with issue 25, which was landmark issue 25. We made it to 25 issues.
Mm-hmm.
All I'm going to say,
if
someone had the idea, they would wait for
if Robert Kirkman had any situational awareness,
yes,
one might assume that'd be a good opportunity to do.
Not enough situational awareness to realize how much he's been stringing the readers along for 13 issues.
Yeah. It's raw deal
to make the 20-year landmark issue, because 20 is yes, I know 20 isn't quite the nice even quarter of 100 that is 25.
Yeah,
getting to 20 issues for an indie comic is still really good.
Yeah. I mean, it is Image. Image has always been very kind to their creators with new ideas, So it's I guess it's not as hard when you're under Image, but whatever. Anyway, so continuing onwards. Small scene with Robot and the reverse aging girl.
Because Robot's planning things, and is planning things.
Mm-hmm. We then get another scene with Amber and her friend. Again, it's just trying to figure out the whole Mark thing. Nothing crazy. We
check in very briefly with Russ at NASA. It's again very funny joke because that oh no, the humans might. He was genuinely scared that he might be executed if his cover is blown. It's funny.
Yep. And then we actually end the issue on Mark going to see Amber while she's laying in bed. And wanting to talk to her, be very open. He reveals his secret identity. He reveals he is invincible to her.
I love how Amber's tell me you're invincible right now, or I will call the police.
Yeah, she's so fucking real for that. She's so real for that.
He did break into her college dorm twice.
Yeah. Once in the middle of the night while he thought she was sleeping.
Yes.
That ends that. There's a little tease at the end, once again, with our robot experiments, getting a live specimen.
Specifically the live specimen who is a good friend of Williams.
Yep.
Which
admittedly, it's kind of a horrifying image as well.
Yeah.
Arms cuts off, yeah.
Yeah. And then issue 0 happens, and nothing happens. It ends with them about to fuck. It ends with Mark and Amber about to fuck because we just describe the entirety of Invincible up to this point, and that's all.
Again, this is the people are reading. Grades are a good 10 issues behind, the main book. It has a purpose. And I don't hate the
I almost would have rather an actual issue 0, something that gives us some sort of new information.
Yeah, that'd be nice. Or alternatively, issue 0 was issue what's the next issue? 23 was issue 23.
That could
give me the Alan shit. Alan the Alien, Kirkman was also I'm not going to bring back Alan the Alien. Then it's oh fuck, I should bring back Alan the Alien because people like Alan the Alien.
Is he a popular charter?
Very.
That's insane, brother. What does he do? What happened?
He'd basically be a Seth Rogen character.
I know the listeners can't see me right now. I'm losing my.
I broke him. I love this.
We have 2 issues left. Nothing has happened. Okay, issue 23. Mark and Amber actually fuck. They that's it.
But this is
okay.
So I like the implication that he telepathically turns off the light. He probably just super speeds it, but I like to imagine he telepathically turns off the lights.
Yeah, it doesn't imply super speed, I think. But okay, so this is issue 23. We catch up with Alan the Alien. You know what? It's not bad.
Yeah.
Like,
I was going to say, like, the whole lettering, the whole structure of it is very reminiscent. I'd say more like 80s Marvel comics, like with how the lettering, it's just how there's this giant wall of text. But like, for what it's worth, like, it's all interesting information. Yeah.
So here's the thing about Robert Kirkman is he could do a lot of text, but he knows how to write it so it's like it flows.
Yeah, not always.
But he's much better at it than Roger Stern.
Here's also my thing. I think Alan the Alien should have actually died in this issue.
Okay.
I think he should have. I really do. I think like he I don't know. It's just a story of him living on his home planet. He goes and tells some people about what has been happening to them recently.
This council that like tries to protect the universe from the Viltrumites.
There's a scene where he has sex with a fellow alien.
Because Robert Kirkman is horny, like,
and then he is disemboweled by a Viltrumite, and he doesn't die. Apparently, he doesn't die. He's still hanging on. I don't know. I really like this as an idea to, like, in a small way, reintroduce the Viltrumites to, like, get them back in the reader's mind, to get the idea back in there, to try to I don't know, just set the idea that this is going to be a more important plot point going forward, and it would be a good opportunity to kill off Alan and to give this some more stakes. But he's somehow
the readers liked Alan.
I don't care about Alan. He's not a bad character. I just can't imagine being a huge Alan fan.
To be honest, I think he's actually up there with Eve as being like my favorite character in the whole book.
That's the problem. Like,
maybe he gets better later, but also I don't want to keep praising this book for things it might do in the future.
Yeah, this is going to be your Guy Gardner moment. I think this is going to be your Guy Gardner moment.
Look. Here's the thing. I don't even actively dislike Alan.
But on your point of reintroducing the Viltrumites in the mind, that's clearly the purpose with the cover of issue 24. Like,
it is reminiscent of the kicking of Mark's ass by Omni-Man. Yeah, that makes sense. But we are in issue 24. Finally. Oh man. Okay. This is supposed to be, I guess, the big culmination of our running plot threads in the background throughout this whole volume.
Once again, the human normal characters talking to each other stuff is brilliant.
This is good. I like Mark and Art at the front here. I like Mark and his mother because Art is like, you should go visit your mother because like you're a superhero.
Actually talk to her in a month.
Yeah, and you can actually do that whenever you want because you're a superhero. You could be there in 2 seconds.
And when he does, he learns that, hey, she's becoming a real estate agent. She's trying to pick her life back up.
She also yells at him for telling William about his secret identity, and it's like Mark rightfully claps back with like, "No, you told Claire." Like it doesn't need to be some massive secret. We don't need to. We clearly don't always vet each other about this decision. But then we get after a small scene with William, we
a scene with William of William being worried that he hasn't seen Mark or his friend Rick since last night. Because it's Rick's becoming a reanimated robot corpse.
And then it's like, although I do like this sort of kind of it's more in the background, but this flaw that Mark has, where it's just like, oh, I'll just deal with it later. Like I've got more important things to do. Like I kind of really like that flaw. It's not apparent right now, but like it is noticeable.
It's a good flaw. It's part of the problem of it needs to be more apparent right now. That's it's the Kirkman problem. It's like it needs to be more apparent. So this is where we actually get what the Action Lovely plot was meant to do. It was we want to combine all of our multiversal minds together to basically like get back forbidden knowledge of the multiverse, which like ridiculous sci-fi idea.
Yeah.
Utterly wild. utterly wild that it has taken so long to get to this point. Like
insane. This is 2 issues max. This is
I think you could stretch it out to 4.
Four including the resolution that is presented here.
Yes, keep it. But 4, if you want to stretch it even further, skip an issue or 2 in between, and you actually have to give a little bit more substantive weight to like what's going on. Because part of the problem is that when we cut back to like the other characters, it very much has the 90s Superman problem of just a reminder, like, hey, remember this plot is happening.
Yeah.
We're not going to do anything to advance it. Now, at least with 90s Superman, that was because Superman was in 4 books by 4 different writers, and you were supposed to be reading all 4 of them.
But then, we get Mark here trying to stop our Angstroms and all our various Maulers as well that have all been gathered together. There's a big old explosion. It's true. It's true. Like it's going to add a lot of weight to Mark's struggles, but like I just don't feel that when like Mark hasn't been connected to these characters personally in any way up until this moment. Like I don't know. It doesn't really.
I like the horror at seeing all the burned bodies. Like
yeah, and then the Guardians of the Globe come in to clean things up. So that's I guess interesting. We have our Mega Angstrom, who is part brain, it seems.
Yes. And this is basically, hey, Angstrom's going to be Invincible's arch nemesis because.
Oh, is that it? Is that what it's supposed to be? He's his arch nemesis? Like legit? Like that's like actually? That's.
Oh, he sees himself as his arch nemesis because.
Okay, I was gonna like not actually, right? Like this is.
No, I mean he becomes a very big threat, but.
Yeah.
Later in the comic, this all happens later, and some later date Jacob. Is that what this happens, Jacob?
I will say this: it does actually happen sooner than you think.
Yeah, sooner than you think.
I would say if season 1, like, I'm not going to call it by like big bads, but like season 1 had Omni-Man as like this looming threat. Season 2 had Angstrom Levy, and I would say Angstrom Levy is more like the Doc Ock to Invincible.
Okay.
More than anything.
Interesting.
I don't think it gets resolved next volume, but it comes back next volume. Like literally next. Like it's a very much thing of like, oh, by the time you hit this point, Kirkman actually starts getting his act together and is like, I know where I'm going.
Yeah. We then have Origins, which ends out the volume. I'm sorry, man. I just don't care. I couldn't bring myself to care about any of this shit, except for the characters that have been.
The ones that Kirkman really wants you to care about. Rex, especially.
And
Rex just sucks.
Wait, whoa! Wait, what? Rex?
He wants you to. Yeah.
Here's the thing. I cared about Monster Girl because there's been a lot of her.
Yeah.
I care about Adam Eve, of course, because there's been a lot of her. I don't know why there's not a robot backstory in here. That's crazy.
Well, that's because that's complicated.
Okay. Whatever. But like, I'm supposed. Okay. The idea is that this is all the characters that he really wants you to care about.
Yeah.
Like the Immortal and Duplicate? Are you fucking kidding me? What? Yeah. Jacob, I quit, bro. I quit. I'm what? What?
Here's the funny part.
Here's the funny part. Oh, you go first.
Insane, brother. That's insane.
When it comes to like Duplicate, kind of just forgets about her. Like,
like that's what I was going to say. Like, if it helps, the only like origin characters that actually get individual issues by themselves are like Atom Eve and Rex.
Yeah, like
I'm so happy we're not reading this for at least another full year. Oh man, I don't need more of this in my life right now. Oh god. Oh man. Well, that was Invincible Volume 2, friends. Good god.
So, final thoughts.
Oh man, we have a long way to go.
Robert Kirkman needs someone to tell him how pacing works. Please.
Yeah. Oh man. So how many more volumes does this first compendium cover? Because that's what I'm reading this from.
Two more.
Okay, and they do cut off evenly. It's not like there's not going to be no point where
yes. No, it's actually really good. Is that they cut off evenly with the hardcovers.
Well, that's nice. That's nice.
Like,
I'm glad I won't have to buy compendium 2 or 3 for a while.
Yeah, it's 4 hardcovers per compendium.
I'm glad and I'm also glad that Amazon keeps these things in print very consistently. So because I don't need to worry about.
This thing is massive. Like, people
like that blows my mind. Maybe if I watch the show, I'll get
no,
it.
seriously, watch at this point. I would actually recommend watching the first season of the show because you crack. There'll be some. Wait, no, fuck. Robot. Fucking robot.
Oh yeah.
No.
I forgot that they do that plot so early.
No.
Yeah.
You know what? No, it's the first season of the show. I don't care if you get spoiled because you need you need to.
Oh, what? Okay.
People hate to say that at least the first season of the show is better than the stuff that it adapts from Invincible.
It probably is. I'm not sure it could get worse. I don't. Okay. I need a break. I need a break from this shit.
Hey! Remember, we didn't reveal that Omni-Man was evil for 7 issues, and that reveal is end of episode. Spoilers for the show. It's end of episode 1. Like that's how your first episode ends.
Good, obviously, yeah. Like, oh god. So okay, I did say I would reveal what our next bonus episode is at the end of this. Now, okay, I'll say this: it could be one of 2, depending on how much of a good boy Jacob is.
How much of a good boy Jacob is? I've been a fairly decent boy these last couple months, getting through the current show that I'm watching.
If Jacob is the goodest of boys, next bonus episode is Daredevil season 2, the Netflix show. Daredevil
Actually, you know what? No, asterisk. Good boy and timing on getting things recorded because bonus episodes seem to be
Jacob. I said goodest of boys. That's goodest of boys is Daredevil. Not Born Again, just Daredevil season 2. Although Born Again season 2 has been fantastic. Daredevil season 2 should be our next one. If not, if Jacob is less of a good boy, it might be Supergirl coming out in June.
Yes.
So one of those 2. If Supergirl comes first, Daredevil season 2 is after that. If Daredevil season 2 comes first, Supergirl's right after that. So that's the plan for bonus episodes. In the meantime, however, there is currently coming out episodes of Fresh Face Comics. There is our Earth 2 episode just came out from volumes 1 and 2 of Earth 2, and next time you'll have to wait and see because Jacob doesn't know.
I'm going to remove my earbuds and close my eyes.
I don't believe you. I don't believe you.
You can do it. Okay. I literally cannot hear you.
All right.
I promise.
Okay. All right. The next episode of Fresh Face Comics is Injustice.
Am I good? Wait. I can't. Hang on.
Yeah. You're good. Yeah, you're good.
You're good. Yeah.
You're good. Jacob, you're good.
I'm good? I'm good. Okay.
Thumbs up. Yeah, thumbs up.
I was trying to make sure. Because
I did actually say what it is. So
okay, because I saw your hands go up in your mouth as well, and I was like,
yeah. Because
but you didn't cover your upper lip properly, so I had to turn my head even further.
No worries. Okay, all right, you're fine. You're good. All right, I don't believe you were able to see it, so you were able to hear it. So
no, I promise you. All I know is what Brian has told me, and is that.
It's so funny.
There's a superhero with like the last half of the name is man in the episode, and I'm like that doesn't narrow it down at all.
That does not. Well, thank you so much for listening. Let's do some promotions. Kicking it over to our guest first. Joe, I don't know if you have anything to promote, but if you do, you can certainly do so now.
I actually don't have anything to promote. I'm presenting myself. Just English Giraffe. You can probably catch me over on Discords. That's where I mainly frequent. So yeah,
very cool.
That's it.
Awesome. Sounds good. Awesome. Hey, as always, just very happy to have you back on. Hope we can have many more in the future.
I'm determined. Again, I'm determined that that I don't fall into old habits so hard that
I don't believe you. I truly don't believe you. Jacob, what do you have to promote?
I have my blog. However, this is coming. Wait, when's this coming out?
This would come out on April 27th. April 27th. That should be. Hang on.
3 episodes deep into Star Trek: The Next Generation season 4.
Is that Brothers? Is that the name of the episode? I think it's Brothers.
Hang on.
I think that's Brothers. That might be the episode title.
Yes, I just pulled up the episode list. Okay, cool.
Dude, that means you're through like just one of the greatest TNG runs ever. From like Best of Both Worlds through what's after Brothers?
Family. No, Suddenly Human. Sorry, that's after Brother.
He was also really good. Dude, you're on a really good run of TNG right now. You just don't know it yet.
I have a terrible problem if we're recording this, and I've literally just watched the Best of Both Worlds Part 1, and that's it.
Yeah. Otherwise, there's that. I'm also reviewing Star Trek: The Next Generation on YouTube with my brother. We have our video reviews out. We have just put our episode on Family, which is just one of my favorite TNGs ever. Check it out. You can check that out now. There's also, if you go to our Patreon, patreon.com/BloodNoteStudios, you can get our next review early, which is indeed for Brothers. Great episode as well. You can check that out either at the Ensign, Lieutenant, or Commander tier. There's also bad movie commentaries at the Lieutenant or the Commander tier. Like I said, we have recently put our commentary for Godzilla 1998. Or no, probably we probably.
Oh, like at this point, we probably got Never Say Never Again.
Yeah,
we're doing this early April.
Yeah, we probably already have that out. So check that out now. There's also Fresh Face Extras. It's even more of the podcast you're listening to right now. This is actually. This will be between two regular episodes of Fresh Face Comics, and as always, the extras come out a day before. So these usually come out every other Monday, but the extras is already out. It comes out every other Sunday. So obviously, because it's a bonus episode, it's every week right now. There's also our exclusive Star Trek commentaries. Me and my brother are going through TOS again. At the time it's coming out, I truly don't know what we're on. It's probably like either Taste of Armageddon or like The Side of Paradise, one of them. Check that out now exclusively at the Commander tier. If you're on any of that, there's a general support tier. It's only $1 a month. It gets your name down below on every video we put out on Blooded Studios. You can join that and show your support there. Otherwise, there's on the channel, there's R2BD. It's our Star Wars show. We're doing the Cal Kestis stuff right now. We would probably also have a review out. No, that'll be out soon. Probably for Maul Shadow Lord will be our next episode. So check that out now, or when that is out.
They're doing a Darth Maul show.
They are doing a Darth Maul show. It looks really cool. The animation is swag as hell. There's also Fresh Face One Shots. It's the spinoff of this podcast. We cover current comics coming out. We cover Superman by Joshua Williamson, Order One by Tom King, Batman by Matt Fraction, and The Uncanny X-Men by Gail Simone. Otherwise, I guess that's about it. Our socials are down below. Our link trees are there. You can follow us wherever you want to follow us. Wherever you're listening to us on, be sure to leave a rating, comment, subscribe, follow us. Whatever you do, we'll read out comments and correspondence, wherever you may comment on things, including comments from this episode will be out on the next episode that you already have heard what it is.
Depending on depending on when.
It'll be either next episode or the one after.
It's going to come down to when things get recorded because we are
bonus episode timing is always a little weird. So but I guess that about does it. Thank you so much for listening. Until next time, this has been Joey Morgan,
Jacob Licklider,
and the English Giraffe.
Goodbye.
Goodbye.